KPIT Tech, first one off the block. Revenues came in flat, however, margins saw a dip. Puneet first Johnson with all the details. Puneet.
Well, thanks so much for that. So it was largely a quarter of consolidation for KPIT Tech, and we did have some kind of idea with the weak numbers coming in from all the IT players. Revenue was down in this particular quarter, largely flat to a negative bias, but the company had deal wins about 240 million, and they are anticipating a larger recovery to come in the second half of this year as well. But I'm now joined by Mr. Kishor Patil, the co-founder and the CEO of KPIT Tech. Mr. Patil, a very good morning to you, and thanks so much for joining in. Let me just start off first with what's leading to the optimism for you at KPIT Tech in terms of operational performance, given the weak quarter one for this quarter. What are you seeing right now that makes you so optimistic of a recovery in the second half of this fiscal year?
I think overall, as we have been saying, I think we have a very good pipeline, which we have. You can see the wins have been pretty strong in the last year or so. The point was, which I also mentioned a few times in this, is the clients have limited budget, so they do what they have to do. They have to prioritize. Some of the new wins have come from their prioritization area. And to some extent, it can get cannibalized with some of the existing work. I'm not necessarily saying what we do, but overall, it can impact, the current part also. And this budget limitation was mainly because of the uncertainty and the pressure they are facing. Now, the geopolitical issues, tariff, China, there are multiple issues in the world which can't get settled, everything. But I believe in next quarter, at least some of the fundamental issues will get, there will be more certainty. They will not, issues don't get resolved, but I think what the market is looking for is certainty. Once that certainty happens, I think we believe that many of these deals which we have been, they will start ramping up. I think that's what I'm saying. And I do believe that it should happen in a quarter or so.
Mr. Patil, largely, you are mentioning that deal wins would help you ramp up in the second half, but from clients, we've not seen any kind of discretionary spending. So, essentially, do you see that the ramp up of the current deals, which might take a couple of quarters, will lead you to the growth, or is it that the deal wins that you saw over the last 3 to 4 quarters will now ramp up and lead to growth over quarter 3 and quarter 4 for you?
So, as I always mentioned, I can only talk about my business, which is more to do with actually the product, right? We deal with the product and not generic IT. So, in terms of a product, if you really look at the clients has to take out new products. They have to put new features in the product. So, there is a certain reason why they have to do it, and they have to maintain the existing products. So, I think that is there. Now, what people are looking at is how you can do, and there are certain things, right? As I said, there are budget restrictions. So what they are trying to do is in the current program, how they can add more functionality, how they can give something more to the consumers in the current program, because looking at how much time it takes and how much money it takes, it will take maybe 3 years for them to come out with the new programs. So most of them, then they have pushed out that part to 3 years, and then what they were supposed to do, I think they are trying to accommodate in the current program. And that puts a pressure on in terms of new features to be accommodated in the current architecture, again, the validation and etc. I think those are the opportunities we see. Also, I see the opportunity in the new market. As there is a change in the markets, I think people are exploring. Everybody is exploring new market. Everybody is looking at US, but I think, there are different challenges, but Europe or any other parts, right? So I think that's another part. So I think we are looking at where there is an opportunity and focusing on that.
Got it.
The other part, as I have mentioned in the earlier, that off-highway and commercial is area of focus, and we believe that during this year, you will start many of them adopting new technologies. So that is the other part I see as a growth from the US perspective, specifically, while it is across. So there are specific things. And of course, I believe in India story, and there is a lot happening in India. And many OEMs are also eyeing India market. So I think these are some of the opportunities, and we'll tap into those.